Welcome to another FPL video. I'm going to be looking ahead to Game Week 11, reviewing Game Week 10, which was very poor for me, probably the worst game week of the season, and I'm going to be talking about my transfer that I've already made, once again, an early transfer, and also my future transfer plans, the captaincy, and much more. So let's get straight into the video. So in Game Week 10, I scored 40 points, but I took a -4, and I'm all out. I've got 16 points on my bench, as you can see, with Ramsdale and Livramento, and that was a mistake on my part, especially with Ramsdale. Putting Foster over him, I think, was a bit too, trying to play it too smart, and ultimately it did cost me 8 points and a significant portion of my rank. I was around 99k before Game Week 10, and I'm now 160k after substitutions, and this is before the Monday night game, Wolves versus Everton, but currently, 140k doesn't make too much difference. Ultimately, I'm going to struggle to maintain my spot in the top 200k at this point, but I need some good weeks. I've got a few red arrows in a row, so I need a performance from my squad. But yeah, Foster conceded pretty early on to Che Adams, a really good strike. But ultimately, Southampton should have scored more. They had plenty of chances. Armstrong had a lot of shots. He looked lively. And Che Adams missed a very good opportunity. So ultimately, Southampton should have won by more. And this is a good lesson for me. Just trust your main goalkeeper and don't, just be playing a 4 million Foster over him when Watford haven't shown any signs of improving defensively. Even when they beat Everton, they still conceded twice. And then looking at my defence, I mean, this is very surprising for me. Double City defence, just doing really poorly. I mean, I just couldn't believe it, to be honest. Cancelo blanking and Diaz as well blanking. And Palace won 2-0. Gallagher with a really good performance. And Michael Elise coming off the bench and making an impact. And yeah, I mean, fair play to Palace. Trent Alexander-Arnold blanked as well. Brighton scored twice. So overall, my backline was awful. And I should have played Ramsdale, of course. But Chilwell, at least, my new signing, 8 points. And it was his counterpart, Reece James, who got 21 points. And he got even more on Sky Fantasy Football, for example. But yeah, absolutely incredible. Double Chelsea defence is the way to go at the moment. But that could easily change. City have some good fixtures coming up. So maybe we should hold our horses, maybe. And then looking at our midfield, Foden, I have to say, a really encouraging performance. He got the assist for Gabriel Jesus' goal, which got ruled out. But Foden was really good in this game and deserved more points, to be honest. And he's just looking so good at the moment, and I'm definitely happy to have got him in. I did get rid of Saka and also Azpilicueta for a -4. So ultimately, did I really make anything? I pretty much got the exact same points, if anything. But I would have had Townsend come off my bench if Azpilicueta was still in my team. And Salah, captain, only got an assist. And Brighton limited him pretty well, I'd say. And yeah, I'd say the Seagulls deserved the draw at the very least. And Salah just didn't look at his best, but still had those moments. And of course, Henderson with a really good goal. So it's not like Salah made an amazing pass to him. So maybe a bit lucky with the assist, you could say. And then Rafinha with a goal and 2 bonus points. He was on for maximum bonus, and to be honest, any point I would have taken, in this game week. But still 9 points, pretty happy with that. Antonio though, West Ham scored 4 goals, and he's not involved in any of them. And his goal involvement ratio for the season was 67%. So it's just one of those weeks where, you just have to accept what happened and move on, really. Tony with a blank again against Burnley. I thought this was it. But surely now, against Norwich in Game Week 11, he's going to finally deliver. And then Jamie Vardy with a yellow card and a blank against Arsenal. I have no idea how Leicester didn't score, by the way, against the Gunners. And Arsenal were pretty lucky, I'd say, to not concede, but pretty happy with it overall. And then Townsend on the bench, let's see how he does. He'll probably get a return. And now let's look at my team for Game Week 11. And I've got Ramsdale in goal. I'm not making the same mistake again. I wouldn't be surprised if Watford now sneak a clean sheet and a win against Arsenal now that I do this. But Ramsdale is in the starting 11. And yeah, he's just looking like the best keeper at the moment in terms of value. And even when Arsenal don't keep a clean sheet, he can get those save points and potentially bonus from time to time, but that will more so come when he gets a clean sheet. But Ramsdale is definitely in there. And then my new signing, Reece James, who has come in for Ruben Diaz. I just want to target those attacking fullbacks with the attacking potential. In UCR Fantasy, for example, I'll go for the centre-backs and the ball recovery points. But in FPL, it's all about the attacking returns for defenders and the possibility and the ceiling of bonus points. So Reece James is in there and Ben Chilwell. So hopefully one of them starts every single game at least, and if it's both of them, then they can do really well like they did in the last 2 game weeks combined. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold away to West Ham, not the easiest fixture, but still, I don't think I'll be benching Trent, and I don't want to be too clever once again by benching players that I shouldn't be benching like I did last week. Cancelo away to Manchester United. Now, I'm a bit more, I'd say, open to benching him for Livramento or even Townsend, but with Nuno Espirito Santo being sacked, and it looks like Conte could be the new Spurs manager. Let's wait and see what happens there. I probably would be happy to bench Townsend for that, and that would be Conte's first league game if he does take charge before the Game Week 11 deadline. And then my midfield, I'm actually happy with Foden away to Manchester United. I think he could do pretty well, but United did look much better against Spurs with that 3 at the back formation, and I believe they've only conceded 6 goals in 7 games with Raphael Varane in the side, and they've conceded 14 in 6 without the Frenchman. So yeah, I think Varane does make a big difference, and of course the formation does as well, and United were much more, I'd say, hard-working in that game. And then Salah, maybe I shouldn't captain him, but he has a good record against West Ham, and to be honest, I'm just not going to be backing against him too much at the moment, despite, I'd say, a bit of a quiet performance against Brighton. And then Rafinha, I think he can do really well against Leicester, and Leicester actually concede a lot of chances down his flank, so Rafinha could be in for some big returns. And also, Leicester's defence in general has been very poor, and you saw how they defended against Arsenal in the first half. They were absolutely shocking, and Arsenal could have scored even more goals. And then we've got Jamie Vardy. I wouldn't be getting rid of him this week. Away to Leeds, I think he could do really well. He could even be up for the captaincy. He's my vice-captain at the moment, and I am tempted to put the armband on him. And then we've got Ivan Toney, another one that I've seen a lot of people in the reaction stream yesterday talking about captaining him, and I can completely understand that. At home to Norwich, it's the best fixture of the season. Maybe this is where he's finally going to kick into some form, but then again, I said that before the Burnley game. And then Antonio, at home to Liverpool, tough fixture, but looking at how Liverpool defended against Brighton, I'm not too put off. What I am put off by is the fact that West Ham scored 4 and Antonio wasn't assisting or scoring any of them. But I think he was a bit unlucky. Should have gotten an assist or 2, but it is what it is. Livramento on my bench yet again. Will I ever learn? Probably not. But I might start him over Joao Cancelo. But I wouldn't bench anyone else, I think, for Livramento. And then Townsend, I'm happy to have him on my bench. Same with Foster. Bye-bye. You're never getting into my starting 11 again. Well, famous last words. And then Douglas Luiz, like I said, has COVID, I think, or an illness. Let's wait and see. Dean Smith hasn't confirmed anything yet, but based on his kind of comments in the press conferences, I believe so. But that's my team at the moment. I think the main kind of problems or team selection headaches is the captaincy. Will it be Salah? Will it be Vardy? And I'm seriously considering one of the Chelsea fullbacks, Reece James or Ben Chilwell. Let's see what the lineup is midweek for the Champions League against Malmo, and then based on that, I can then kind of deduce which Chelsea players are going to start. But at the moment, I think I'm going to go with Salah with Vardy as my vice-captain. And the other team selection headache is, who do I start Livramento over? Maybe Cancelo, maybe someone else, but most likely it would be for the Portuguese international. Let me know what you would do down in the comment section below. And now, let me show you my transfer plans. So I've already made a transfer ahead of Game Week 11. I got rid of Diaz for Reece James, but now I'm looking ahead to future game weeks. So I still want to get Heung-min Son in, and of course Ronaldo showed why he should still be in everybody's thoughts against Spurs, but I'm more looking towards Ronaldo around Game Week 15, if anything. But what I could do to get Son in midfield is to downgrade Vardy to Hwang, and then get Heung-min Son in for Townsend, and I'd actually be left with a little bit in the bank as well, 1.1 million. But of course, the problem with making this transfer is that I don't have really a placeholder to get to Ronaldo around Game Week 15, so it would then require, if anything, a downgrade from Foden or Son to then facilitate that move up front to get Cristiano Ronaldo back in. So another possibility is to actually not even get Heung-min Son in the first place and then just wait to get Ronaldo in around Game Week 15, Vardy to Ronaldo. But in order to do that, I would need to downgrade maybe one of my defenders or Phil Foden himself. But of course, let me know what you would do down in the comment section below. Another serious alternative is to downgrade Antonio, especially if Brock is fit, for example. But in order to have Son and Ronaldo in the same team, it would be very difficult. I'd have to completely restructure my team yet again, and I'm not really prepared to do that if I'm being completely honest. But Antonio to Broca when he's fit, that could be an option. And then maybe Vardy can go up then to Cristiano Ronaldo around Game Week 15. But let me know what you would do. I think with Conte, if he does become the Spurs manager, I think Son will be even more of an appealing asset and he could be absolutely insane value, and maybe Harry Kane will get that fire. But let's wait and see. Before making these kind of final decisions, let's wait and see what happens first. But of course, Son and Kane could be very appealing assets indeed if Spurs get one of the best managers in the world. But that's my team selection, that's my transfer plans, my captaincy, and the transfer that I have made already. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and subscribe if you're new, and there'll be more videos coming soon, especially the live stream tomorrow for UCL Fantasy. There'll be the preview, of course, for FPL and much more. So thank you very much to everyone who's been watching, supporting the channel. The growth has been insane recently, so thank you very much. Also a massive shout out to all the channel members. Very much appreciate all of your efforts, and same with everyone who engages in the live chats, in my reaction streams and deadline streams for both UCL Fantasy and FPL. So take care, enjoy FPL Game Week 11. Hopefully it's much better than Game Week 10, and I'll see you next time.